This video is going to demonstrate how you can add a file for students to view, but hide it from them until you are ready for them to view it. For example, if you give a lecture in class and you want to make the resource available after the class has already been given, you can hide the PowerPoint or whatever lecture material you want until you release it. And you do that by controlling whether or not the item is published. To do that, you'll first go into your modules. When you're in your correct module, you can say plus item and you can add a file or a content page. When you add your file, you'll find your PowerPoint. I think I have a PowerPoint in here. We'll just pretend that that's a PowerPoint. And it's now been added to the bottom of my module. If I wanted to move it, I certainly can. What I see, however, is that it's green. It has this green check mark here, which indicates that the item is published. If I don't want my students to access it, I can simply toggle this switch, click it off, select Unpublish, and now it's a circle with a slash through it indicating that it is not published, which means my students cannot see that particular item. Do remember publishing is a hierarchical process, meaning that it's controlled by the modular level. If the module is unpublished, nothing within that module will be viewed, regardless of whether or not it is published. To make sure that my students will be able to access items within the module, I need to make sure it is published. This particular item here is still unpublished, however, which means that even though the module is published, this unpublished item within the module cannot be seen by my students. An additional way to control when students are allowed to view items within a module is to come here to the gear in the upper right hand corner, and you can edit it and lock the entire module until a date of your choosing. So let's say class is tomorrow at 3 o'clock, which is the time in which you will be okay with them accessing all of the materials within that module, which means that I can now publish everything and my students still will not be able to access any of those items until this unlock date.